just start this video by reiterating the title, all right? This is probably considered the wrong approach to playing buzz rolls. It's got nothing to do really with all of the instructional videos by reputable teachers showing you how to play the buzz roll. That method just didn't really work out for me particularly. So at one point I discovered this trick that got me exactly where I wanted to go with the buzz roll. Now this little trick or this little drum hack or whatever you want to call it that I'm going to show you today, this is for drum set application. All right, so if you're in some kind of orchestral setup or if you're in drum line or something, this is not necessarily for you. There's some very specific instruction that you all are going to be shown to do your thing. But this is for drum set, man. This is drum set application, and this is sort of a different black market approach to playing the buzz roll. So if you've been having trouble playing buzz rolls, press rolls, all that stuff on the kit, this is for you. Grab a pair of sticks and let's get started. Now I've always had a pretty decent double stroke, you know what I mean? I work on it for a long time. I continue to work on it. And I can get it up to a certain tempo and you can really hear all the strokes nice and clean and stuff. But the double stroke is different than the buzz roll. The buzz roll that I was going for is that sort of really super slick, silky, roll where like the strokes are barely definable. You know what I mean? Like I was looking for the retina display of buzz rolls. And like I said, I tried the whole multi-bounce thing. I tried to get that happening. It got me to a certain level, but that's as far as I got personally. And then I discovered this trick. So let me tell you what it is right now. There are 4 different little elements that you want to put all together to make this thing work. The most important thing or trick, I guess, that I discovered was how I actually held the stick while I was doing it. So one day, whether by accident or experimentation or whatever, I was working on trying to get this buzz roll thing happening, and I discovered that when I pinched the stick nice and firm, it changed the whole thing up. So what you want to do, find your fulcrum wherever it is on the stick, and you have to sort of imagine your stick as like a long tube of toothpaste or something. And what you're going to try to do is, with a nice sort of comfortable grip, generally the whole palms down thing. So either German or like an American style grip, but palm is facing downward. And what I started doing was pinching the stick with these 2 fingers, a little bit of the middle finger, but I discovered that pinching the stick made a difference. So right before I went to play that buzz, I would pinch the stick nice and firm, as if I'm sort of trying to squeeze the toothpaste out of the end of the stick. So the whole multi-bounce thing, right? They tell you to start there. Let the sticks bounce freely. And then you see them sort of gradually speed up. Right? That's about as good as it got for me. That's not bad, like when you hear it on the snare, but it's still not as clean as I wanted it to get. The strokes themselves weren't as small as I wanted to get. So I discovered when I pinch that stick, that makes those strokes even tinier, like microscopic. You know what I mean? So you go from this to that. Now I'm not changing anything. All I'm doing is pinching the stick. So you go from this. Don't try to play any different. Just pinch the stick. When I discovered that trick, changed it instantly, right on the spot. All right, so from there, you just add 3 other simple elements and you can get this whole thing happening, all right? So we got the pinch thing down, that's good. The second thing is the lift of the actual stick when you're playing these buzzes. The lift is really super small. So when you're lifting your sticks, they're barely coming off the head. So, and the reason for that is because when you're pinching the stick, right, those strokes are microscopic. So you don't want to lift the stick too high. Otherwise you'll hear the strokes or the definition in your downstroke. So you want to keep those movements as small as you possibly can while you're pinching the stick. Just like that. It sounds like this because I'm on a practice pad right now, but it'll be different on the snare, trust me. So, you know, if you're going from that, right, same grip, and then you just pinch the stick, it's going to shorten that movement. And your sticks are, the thing about it is that your sticks are more vibrating than they are bouncing. So that's why the strokes end up sounding a lot smoother. So that's the next thing, keep the strokes really small. The third thing, I guess, would be where you play this on the snare. If you play from or closer to the edge of the drum, it's a lot, let me get this thing out of the way. It's a lot tighter around this area. So when I play a lot of these buzz rolls and stuff, I'm playing them out here just because it's just a lot tighter. You still hear the snares just fine, but it'll just give you that little extra help in tightening those strokes up. Now you can, of course, bring your sticks in if you want to get more volume. All you got to do is move your hands a little bit more towards the center, and then the volume will sort of increase. Or you could also adjust your volume by adjusting the pinch a little bit. So if you want to get a little bit quieter, then you sort of adjust the pinch and just let up, you know, 10 or 20% at a time, I guess, to adjust your volume. So yeah, so that's the other one. Play a little bit further out towards the rim. And then this last one, this fourth step, I kind of learned this from watching a video from the late genius, Mr. Ed Shaughnessy. I think he was talking about how Buddy used to play his buzz rolls. And he was talking about the movement of the sticks themselves. With the multi-bounce strokes, you're kind of doing this kind of up and down kind of thing. Ed was talking about tossing the salad. So what that is instead of going up and down, you're doing these sort of circular motions with the sticks. And this plays a huge part in helping to smooth the whole thing out. So instead of doing that, you're doing this. Right? So you're making sort of small, tiny, tiny little circles. And it sounds like that on a practice pad. You can imagine what it sounds like on a snare when you try it, right? So yeah, so that's the whole thing, man. Pinch that stick, play a little further out towards the edge of the snare, toss that salad, make those little circles, and there you go. So let me show you a really super simple exercise that you can do in your spare time to help you make this thing happen. So this is going to be a very simple 1-bar flip exercise where we're going to be going back and forth between loose and pinch. All right? So we're going to be playing the triplet, and all we're going to be doing is going from straight triplets to the buzz. Because the other thing to keep in mind, like when you're playing these buzz rolls and stuff, you actually are playing some sort of a subdivision. And you want to keep that in mind, especially when you're playing to music, whatever, like you want to apply this kind of thing while you're actually playing a song or something. You want to keep in mind the subdivision that you're playing. So this time we're going to do a triplet, and all we're going to do, again, 1 bar flip. We're going to go from a straight triplet to the pinch. So it'll be like this: 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 1, 2. So loose, pinch, loose, pinch. And that's it, man. That's the one exercise that'll help you with this. So after you've worked on the movement and you got the whole thing down, you know, you have the whole toss salad thing happening, you got the pinch happening, you're keeping those strokes nice and small. Get all of that happening first before you do this. Otherwise, it's not going to do you much good, all right? So yeah, that's all you're going to do. Straight triplet to the pinch and then back and forth, 1 bar at a time. After you get comfortable with that, then increase it to 2 bars and do the exact same thing. So that's it, man. I mean, that's my sort of personal approach to playing the press roll, buzz roll, you know, whatever you want to call it. I discovered that thing, and all I know is that it fixed everything up for me. I'm fully aware that this is probably a wrong approach to doing this, but if you've been having trouble playing your buzz rolls, I'm going to give you 3 reasons why you shouldn't care. Number 1, it works. Number 2, it sounds good. And number 3, it looks like you know what you're doing. So there you go, man. Give that a shot. The pinch is what I'm calling it. Have fun with it. It shouldn't really take you that long to get used to this thing. And that's all I got, man. Thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, share this video if you dig it. See you next video.